Paul Bryant is not your average motorbike racer. He feels his Christian faith gives him the edge.
In this modern and thrilling and exciting atmosphere, there's certain things that faith brings in terms of calmness and confidence.
But after 6 high-octane years, Paul has decided to hang up his leathers.
At 50 years old, I do wonder how many times I can keep getting up from crashes. And I've made a decision that I need to stop racing.
So is this the end of the road for the faith-fueled racing team? Although Paul has never had a major accident, the constant risk is something his family have come to terms with.
I'm more laid back about it now, and they have the best medical staff in the country on track that are there in 10 seconds flat. And when God decides it's his day to go, he'll crash his motorbike or make him walk under a bus, one way or the other. It's not really his choice. So, just have to trust that God's got it in hand. And yeah.
It's more the time thing, like that. Away quite a lot, and some weekends like that, building the bike, and we're left. But no, I'm fine with just my brothers, really.
Yeah. We've always supported them in whatever they wanted to do. I don't know, we're not materialistic, are we? I have been asking for carpets for the last 8 years, but hey.
Yeah, we'd only get them dirty.
He talks about it too much.
And he goes all serious. It's serious business.
Yeah, but it's not
Serious
it's not the Paul we
business.
get at home. It's like his altered ego. We love you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good dad.
The racing can become all-consuming, so Paul has a dedicated prayer group to keep him grounded.
I'm really made up that it's you guys that are all here with me as well, and make sure I do what I say I'm going to do on time.
With the first race weekend just around the corner, the group pray for Paul's safety.
Jesus.
Oh Lord, we really thank you for the opportunity we've got to spread your word in such a unique way, Lord. And we just pray at the beginning of this season, Paul's safety, Lord.
First race of the season, I got this real excitement about coming racing, and I'm really positive for the things that are going to happen this season. Success is what people are looking for, so the better I can do this season, hopefully the better we can do in terms of sponsorship and money coming in.
As the race gets underway, Paul reflects on what set him on this journey.
I came to motorcycling quite late in my life. The first 2 years it was just kind of a racing thing for me, and there was no religious thing to it at all. I didn't have any real true faith until 2007. I had problems in my first marriage and a subsequent relationship, and my whole life just seemed like, hey, it was going nowhere and nothing was going right, and it just kind of seemed to me that there must be something more to life, and what should I be doing differently not to be messing my life up quite so much.
Paul was inspired to turn his life around after meeting Nicky Carter online.
Paul was in quite a difficult situation, his relationship break up, and just got chatting and seemed to get on.
The real revelation came when Nicky first invited Paul to ride to church.
Oh mate, that first time riding to church, it was great because we turn up in leathers, and then the assistant pastor comes out and he's like, ooh, bikes, it was amazing. These are normal people.
Yep.
For me, that was an absolute eye-opener, that Christians were normal people.
Yeah.
Now, Paul wants nothing more than to share his passion.
Because Nicky had the guts to say, come along to church, I feel that I should be able to do the same.
As the first race weekend draws to a close, Paul realises how significant it is.
First race weekend of my last season. Wow.
Although his racing days are numbered, Paul wants his team and the work they're doing to continue.
Our mission as Christians is that we must share the good news of Christ, and the only way we're going to do that is if we're with the people that we need to share it with. So the plan is to stop racing. The plan is not to leave the paddock. We believe that we need to keep sharing our Christian faith in the paddock, and consequently we're going to look for a new rider to replace me in the team.
In partnership with the Christian Vision for Men group, Paul is hosting a motorsports event at his church to spread the word about his project.
What we're actually planning to do is grow the team from where it is currently, and the plan that we've got, we're calling it Vision 2020, is that I'm going to stop riding, and what we're actually looking for was a young Christian rider to put on the bike. And so just come and get involved if you can, if you feel you want to. What a great event it's been. We've made some new contacts today as well, which is exactly what this kind of event's for. It's not an elaborate ruse just to keep racing. We've genuinely prayed into this, that God, if you want us to continue doing this, we feel it has to have your backing. And to me, I can say beyond all doubt that it feels like it's God's work to us.
With the message out there, Paul comes to terms with the daunting task ahead.
Obviously, it becomes a really big project. Where can I go to find a rider? Where can I go to find finance? Where can I go to find anybody that can help me out in making this a bigger project? I just have to trust that God will supply everything I need.
In his search for a new rider, Paul returns to where it all started, rookie race school.
I came in today and there was a rookie rider looking really nervous downstairs, so I just went over and started speaking to him just to, take those nerves off him. It's really good to be able to put an arm around somebody, share that experience. And again, that's really what I want to be doing with this project with Faith Fueled Racing, is to put an arm around somebody and bring them through.
But Paul's looking for more than just any rider.
It's really important to me that it's a Christian, because we're a Christian team, and it's a case of keep looking and keep praying and keep the faith that we're going to find a Christian rider for the bike.
With nothing left to do but pray, Paul looks to qualify for a top spot on the grid at his next race weekend.
Excited from starting from the third row. Never been that far forward before on a start, so it should be amusing. He tends to bounce around for quite a while when he has a good race.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Yeah, started 20th, finished 9th. Come on!
He loves it. You've only got to see the smile on his face to know how much he loves it. So when it all goes right, that smile will last him a good couple of months. I told him we stopped racing when he stopped smiling.
'10th! Another top 10. I'm stunned.
Getting some of the best results of his career has stirred up some questions for Paul.
Why am I feeling like this again? Why do I appear to have this bug? Clearly coming out again now this year, I've really got the taste for it. It's, hey, who knows? Stick with the plan for now.
On the eve of another race weekend, Paul received some good news.
Through one of the contacts that we've got with CVM Motorsport, we just asked them if they happened to come across a young rider who had some potential, and they immediately put me in touch with Tony and Will.
It looks like Paul's message got out to the right people.
One of my dad's friends had said there's a guy trying to find somebody for a team, and it's always interested me, so a few people put my name forward and we got in contact with him, and that's why we're here today.
After meeting the new potential rider, it's time for the hard sell.
From that you can generate the interest, which then generates the sponsorship, which can get people interested, and then that's how you move forward, But also the other thing for us is obviously that we want the Christian message and the Christian outreach point of it as well. I'm getting really good engagement with people now, and so it's gaining traction, and that's a really good thing.
Yeah.
And hence why, knowing that it's possible that I would stop, you want to get somebody in place and keep the team going and stay in this paddock doing what we're doing.
After a busy first day at Silverstone, Paul is positive about the potential young rider.
Into the garage walked this bright young lad with this huge great smile on his face and just chatted away, and it was just obvious from that first second that he would fit in with us. So yeah, I think in Will we found the perfect rider for the team.
Everything seems to be riding high as Paul goes into day 2 at Silverstone.
About 100 miles an hour, and as soon as I touched the brake, the bike went down. And then as I slid to a halt, I could see the back of the bike dug in and it backflipped. I've hurt my foot, but yeah, that's it, really, for the bike.
With the bike out of action, this crash marks the final straw for Paul and his racing.
There's only so many years you can keep crashing and keep bouncing and walking away. And the other thing for me is, every time I crash the bike, I know it's going to cost us more money. And it's like, how can I keep justifying the more money if I keep crashing the bike, you know?
Yeah, I think these last 2 crashes, the passion's waned slightly.
Really
He doesn't
thinking
seem
about
to
it.
be enjoying it as
Well,
much.
I was though. I'm really not enjoying the not going well bits. You know, so. Oh, it's definitely done for me as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to keep putting Lindsay through the crashes. You know, I just want to step back from it.
By taking a back seat, Paul can look to the future of his faith-fueled racing team.
You know, I genuinely think I've got to a point now where I think I can give more back if I'm not riding now. If I can give something to somebody younger and give back to them and still be able to be in the paddock with my faith and sharing that, I think that's right for me at this time.
It's all about ride smoothly and ride just confidently and relaxed, and everything comes to you. The bike doesn't mind it at all. You can see the people that are tense.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, ah.
With a new Christian rider that fits the bill, Paul is optimistic about a bright future for the faith-fueled racing team.
It was an answer to prayer, clearly, because we had no idea how to find a rider otherwise. It's amazing what God can do when he decides a project is going to get off the ground. Next year, officially, Will is the rider, and that's where all the focus will be.